I think it's safe to say that Attack on Titan has laid the foundation on how to properly and successfully build a story from the ground up. Attack on Titan has taught us how to build a world, how to create a plot that deepens and becomes more sophisticated and unique as the story goes along, how to hook watchers from the jump, how to successfully develop a plot twist that's also mind-boggling but at the same time makes plenty of sense, and also on how to properly develop its characters. But there is one character that many people today would not say fits into that group of properly developed, well fleshed out characters, and it's King Flop. When talking anime characters, especially characters from Attack on Titan, they seem to get heavily misunderstood. I feel like Mikasa is one of those characters to where you would have no idea that people actually disliked her. While watching, and even when I finished watching Attack on Titan, I was very confused as to why people disliked or even hated Mikasa Ackerman. There are many criticisms to Mikasa's character, and while I will say some can be true and some are true, a lot of those criticisms comes from simply not understanding or grasping what kind of character Mikasa is. People are quick to mention and claim how Mikasa doesn't make her own decisions, how she has this blind love for Eren, how she doesn't wash that old smelly scarf that she's had since she was a kid, or how she is this very strong fighter and soldier, but with no depth or meaning behind that strong and guarded black heart she has. I've said a lot of things, and you're probably wondering why this black man is taking up your time and not getting to the point. But let's actually do that. Let's dive deep into Mikasa's character to find out if she actually has substance, or is she this shallow soldier that obeys every command like many people think she is. Also, just a quick disclaimer before we start. In this video, I will not be talking about any spoilers for the end of Attack on Titan from the manga, but I will be discussing everything the anime has aired up until this point. We are introduced to Mikasa's backstory in episode 6 entitled The World the Girl Saw, and we get a pretty good early glimpse of what kind of life Mikasa had. She was a single child who was raised by two loving parents. Then, unfortunately, we encounter the unwritten rule of anime. As soon as you see an anime character experience some kind of happy moment with a parent or family member, just be prepared for that person to die immediately. And it doesn't take long in Mikasa's case at all. We get to see Mikasa having a happy moment with her parents for basically a couple seconds, until we see some bandits who sell in the underground market come and murder both her mother and her father right in front of her eyes. She is then taken by these bandits and was planned to get sold off in the underground market. Unfortunately for them, there was a kid close by who didn't take fond of somebody's freedom being taken away unprovokedly. Eren finds the bandits in a nearby cabin and is able to handle two of them by himself. They both get caught off guard by the third kidnapper that was in hiding, and he then puts Eren in a dangerous and deadly situation. Eren is now in a position to where he can't fight back and he can't do anything to help himself, so he focuses on Mikasa, making it clearly known to her that if they both want to survive this situation, she must stand up and fight. Not only do these two moments provide a base understanding of why Mikasa fights and continues to push on, but it also helps us to understand early on why Mikasa treats Eren differently from everybody else. Eren was one of the reasons why Mikasa was able to gain the strength to fight, but it was Mikasa herself who was able to come to her own conclusion on the sad reality of the world she lives in, that being The world she lives in is a cruel place. The strong will always dominate the weak. So pondering over those memories helps her to become strong. And because of that, she was able to awaken her Ackerman abilities to save the person that saved her. This also explains why Mikasa has a somewhat cold and chill personality compared to the other characters. Not only do Eren and Mikasa experience a life or death situation together, but they also have shared trauma, which not only creates a strong initial bond between the two, but we get to see that bond deepen as the series goes on, which correlates directly into breaking down the next phase of Mikasa's character.
調査兵団なんてバカな真似。
は？バカだって？俺には家畜でも平気でいられる人間の方がよっぽど間抜けに見えるね。
エレン。ミカさん、あの子はだいぶ危なっかしいから、困った時は二人で助け合うんだよ。うん。
Now this scene right here between Mikasa and Carla might not seem that important. It's a very short scene and Carla doesn't say a whole lot. But this scene is very important for many reasons and is often forgot about and overlooked. This is the last conversation that Carla and Mikasa had before her death between just the two of them directly. And what's interesting about what Carla said here is that she said that Eren sometimes doesn't think things through, which is basically what we were all thinking up until that moment. And that remained true about Eren's character as the series went on. He definitely matures along the way, but early on Eren put himself in way too many unnecessary and dangerous situations. But this relates to Mikasa because Mikasa herself has realized this. She realizes that Eren is quick to put himself in a dangerous situation to where he cannot defend himself properly. He did this all the time as a kid and continued to do it even when he grew older. Mikasa knew what Eren's goal was. Eren chose the most dangerous path in life in the world of Attack on Titan. This man could have easily went deeper inside her walls. I apologize, these walls, do absolutely nothing as one of the highest ranked officials inside the richest part of said walls, and just let Mikasa stare at him 24/7. But instead, he decides to get on a horse and try to go and fight and kill man-eating monsters that are 10 times bigger, stronger, and faster than he is. Eren Yeager was not going to survive fighting Titans without help behind him, and Mikasa realized this. When Carla said, "When you're in trouble, you must help one another," she said this because she knew Eren was going to continue to put himself in very dangerous situations. And since we know Mikasa views Carla as family, these words definitely have had to hit deep and maybe even take on a whole different meaning for Mikasa, especially when Carla died and the last thing she yelled to the both of them was, "Eren, Mikasa, you must survive." And considering what Eren was plotting, this wasn't going to be an easy task. And so that became her motivation. She wanted to always be on Eren's side so she could protect him at all costs. That means she will go to any lengths in order to make sure that Eren survives. And when I mean any lengths, I mean any lengths. We will get to that a little bit later though.
私も調査兵団にする。
おい、お前は首席だろ。憲兵団にしろよ。
あなたが憲兵団に行くのなら、私も憲兵団に行こう。あなたが駐屯兵団に行くのなら、私もそうしよう。エレンは私と一緒にいないと、早死にするから。
頼んでねえだろ、そんなこと。
もうこれ以上、家族を失いたくない。
But now a certain question arises. How far is Mikasa willing to go in order to protect Eren at all costs? Just keep that question in the back of your mind for me. Trust me, it's gonna come full circle at the end.
ありがとうございます、イアン班長。
アッカーマン、礼には及ばない。お前が何をやり出すか分かったもんじゃないから肝を冷やしたが、当初の作戦通り自由に動くんだ。その方がお前の力が発揮されるだろう。
はい。
恋人を守るためだからな。
家族です。
Now, on my first ever watch of Attack on Titan, I knew there was more to Eren and Mikasa's relationship instead of solely them being really good friends or family as Mikasa claimed here. And after watching this scene, it mostly confirmed my suspicions. The way Mikasa immediately looked down, blushed, and tried to deny the claim that her and Eren was together automatically told me that she was in love with Eren Yeager, which is another positive for Mikasa as a character. We aren't left guessing trying to figure out why Mikasa loves Eren like a lot of other anime characters with love interests we have seen and shown in anime. Not only has Eren saved Mikasa's life multiple times, but they have grown up together, fought together, and have survived life and death situations together since they were kids. Mikasa's love for Eren was something we seen miles away, and Isayama didn't have to tell this to us because we could already piece it together. Now let me get this out of the way now. If you seriously think that Eren and Mikasa are stepbrother and stepsister, please exit stage left now. Mikasa was never adopted by Eren's parents, and she only stayed with Eren and his parents for about 1 year until Wall Maria broke. I'm sorry, I just had to get that out of the way because I knew I was going to get those kind of comments. But instead of trying to dig deeper into Eren Mika's dynamics, let's focus on how Mikasa's love for not only Eren, but Armin as well affects her as a person. There are a couple of instances in mind where we clearly see where Mikasa's loyalty lies, but I'm just going to focus on one of them since they all portray a similar message. First moment we are going to look at is back in season 2 when Reiner and Bert, yes, I will continue to call Berthold Bert because it's much cooler and much easier to say, but Reiner and Bert had Eren and they are trying to escape outside of the walls and back to Marley with Ymir, who was just outed as a Titan a couple episodes earlier. Ymir had decided to follow Bert and Reiner because she was tired of life inside the walls and she wanted to repay them for eating Marcel. Now I'm going to play the dub scene of this because I think it perfectly captures how ruthless Mikasa can actually become.
No! You're not going to kill Ymir!
That all depends on her! What'll it be? She can step aside or she can die. Her choice!
That's not fair! She'll die if she doesn't go along with what Reina and Bertolt tell her to do! She's screwed either way!
Listen, there's only so many lives I can give a damn about. Cruel. But that's the world our enemies gave us 6 years ago. Sorry, I don't have any heartstrings left for you to tug on. You want compassion? Move on. You want fair? Tough shit. Time's wasting. Pick your side, Krista. Eren, or the bitch I'm gonna kill.
Ymir, stop! Look at her face! She means it! Don't make a move!
I love this scene so much because it just shows how Mikasa wasn't playing any kind of games when she said this. Now it's a specific line that I want to talk about that I hope you was able to catch. Mikasa tells us right here in this moment, there are only a few people in her world that she cares for and will fight for, and that moment was decided 6 years ago. And hopefully I did the math right, but 6 years ago is when her parents were murdered and Eren saved her from being sold into trafficking. That's what she meant by my enemies made sure of that. At that moment, she had absolutely nobody in her life to care for except Eren. The only people that were in Mikasa's life the majority of the time from her parents' death to now was Eren and Armin. Why wouldn't Mikasa want to do anything needed or necessary in order to keep the two people she cared about the most alive? She was easily willing to kill Ymir, a person that not only she had known for the past couple years, but had trained with, fought with, and went into battle with as well. The fact that she was so willing to do away with Ymir so easily just shows how much she values the lives she cares about over anybody and everybody else. This is a big key moment for her character because we finally get to see how far Mikasa would go in order to protect Eren Yeager. We have seen Mikasa step up to the government before in order to make sure of Eren's protection and survival, but the fact that she would do away with a comrade that quickly just shows nobody or nothing else compares to the relationship she has with Eren. Mikasa gave Ymir and Historia the choice to either step aside and let Mikasa do her or try to get in her way and just die. And the fact that Historia knew Mikasa was not playing at all basically saved not only Ymir's life but Historia's as well.
そいつを見ただけでムカムカしてしょうがなかった。その理由がやっと分かったよ。何の疑問も抱かずただ命令に従うだけの奴隷が見るに耐えなかった。俺はガキの頃からずっとミカサ、お前が大嫌いだった。
I think it's best to acknowledge that a good chunk of Mikasa's character development comes in season 4. Mikasa sees a totally different Eren from the one she's always known and loved, and we see this be the case when Eren tells her something that literally just shatters Mikasa's heart. The person that she loves the most and has spent the majority of her life protecting just told her that he hated her. Now, Mikasa thinks that Eren wasn't telling the truth when he said this, or if she did believe that he was telling the truth, she denied it in her mind so that she wouldn't think it was true. But either way, if she thought it was true or not, hearing those words coming out of his mouth still had to be heartbreaking. Well, along with Sasha's death, things just couldn't seem to go right for Mikasa at all. And as the series goes on, and we see what Eren has planned, Mikasa continues to struggle with her inner self. She's trying to figure out what in the world is Eren Yeager thinking, and she's also trying to figure out if she should still put her whole support into whatever Eren is planning. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know what to think. She doesn't know how to act, and apparently she doesn't know how to tell the truth either.
お前はどうして俺のことを気にかけてくれるんだ。子供の頃俺に助けられたからか、それとも俺は家族だからか。俺はお前のなんだ。
あなたは家族。
Yes, the moment we've all been waiting for. The moment where Mikasa is supposed to tell Eren she loves him with every little being in her body. The moment where Eren was supposed to decide to not to do the rumbling because he himself realizes, hey, maybe I do have feelings for Mikasa. And instead, she decided not to only friend zone Eren, but family zone him. Fortunately for Mikasa, she realizes that she messed up. Unfortunately for the world of Attack on Titan, the damage was already done. And as Eren keeps moving forward, Mikasa keeps moving backward. Eren has decided he is going to literally destroy everything outside of Paradis. He is going to destroy innocent people, innocent mothers, innocent children, and every living thing that breathes outside of the infamous walls. As some people like to say, Mikasa's character has started to come full circle. Her will, her goal, her motivation to protect Eren at all costs is being pushed to the absolute limit. It's time for her to finally make a decision. Will she continue to be behind Eren and protect him even though he is about to commit mass genocide? Or is Mikasa's sense of humanity and drive to do what's right stronger than her love for Eren?
やります。これ以上エレンに虐殺なんてさせたくありません。それが私たちやこの島を守るためであってもエレンを止めたいんです。
Mikasa Ackerman in this moment moves forward, not because of her love for Eren, not because she wants to see Eren again, but because she knows in her heart that what Eren is doing is unforgivable. In this moment, she decides that morality is more important than the unbreakable bond she has with Eren.
最初の疑問に戻るけど、あんたにエレンを殺せるの？
Or did she? So, what do we learn? You remember what I said earlier about Attack on Titan having a specific set of characters that people seem to misunderstand? I think it's safe to go ahead and put Mikasa in that category. With a deep and well thought out written story like Attack on Titan is, it is very easy to misinterpret and misunderstand its characters and some of the decisions its characters make. There's a lot of misconceptions about Mikasa Ackerman, but what's the actual truth about Mikasa Ackerman? Mikasa Ackerman is not only a strong soldier, but a strong character who is motivated by the people that she loves and continues to motivate others by her actions. Early on realized what her motivation in life was. She stuck by that motivation consistently and did everything in her power to make sure that her goals stayed alive until she was dealt with the unfortunate reality that she was going to have to completely betray her goals and motivation for the greater good. Mikasa is also a character that represents the strength to protect and also to move forward in a beautiful but cruel world. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this video. If you have made it this far, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, remember to follow me on TikTok as well. I post daily on there, so I'll leave a link down below in the description. And before you go, just do me one favor. Keep moving forward.